Okay, Julie here with paperbeadcrafts.com, and this is going to be the second day of my journey learning how to do quilling. And I thought I'd bring the camera closer to my hands so you can see it better. And I'm hoping that the video quality is a little bit better. And so let's get started. First off, I want to show you what I did with the quilling that I did in the previous video. What I made is I made two of them and made them into a pair of earrings. And for those of you who know how to make earrings, it was really simple. I just used two pliers. One is a flat nose plier and the other one is a round nose plier, both made by Xuron of Maine. They're in Maine, southern Maine. And you can find these on Amazon along with other good jewelry making places. They make all sorts of tools. So I'm not going to actually show you how I did this. I just wanted to show you what I used. And I had made myself some oval shaped jump rings here with the Beadalon oval jump ring maker. You can find that on Amazon. And also I used tiny 4mm jump rings so that the head, yeah, you know what, I need to redo this. Yeah, it's falling right. Okay, so that way it would fall right. I used it looks like a 4 or 5mm silver jump ring as well, so that way the earrings will fall in the right direction. Okay, so put those aside. Now, as I was looking at these and playing with them and realizing, you know, I only used 2.5-inch long strips. What would happen if I used longer strips? I want to make an ornament, same basic shape. So I went ahead and off camera started making teardrops. This one took a half a strip, like the strips I was using the other day, the longer strips, not these shorter ones. I'm using the longer strips. And then let's see, so I made two of those, and they're cute, but they're not quite big enough. They're not as big as I want them to be for the ornament. And so put those there, and you can probably see them just fine. Okay, and then this one here is a tiny bit bigger. It is made with the long strip, a full length long strip, and I used the largest hole in this gauge right here to get that correct, that size. See, that's the one I used, and I tried using the same size as I did yesterday right here, and it still made it too small, but it was workable. And then I tried a bigger ring. And since I tried this one already, not quite big enough, I decided to go and try this. And I used, again, the 8, or the longest size that they have, or that I have right here. So, you know, that it did spread out in there, but once you pinch it, it gets a little smaller. Still not quite big enough, maybe. I'm going to try it, see if it makes an ornament that's big enough. So I've got two of them made, and I'll go ahead and I'll make one on the camera so you can again see how I did that. Put my tools away because I'm not making jewelry right now. I'm making an ornament. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut, since I'm going to need 12 of these things here because I'm making this, and I have 2 so far. I need 10 more cut, and this time I'm just going to cut right from here so I can get the longest strip I can possibly get. So yeah, this takes a little while, but I do need 12 whole strips, and I'll show you one. Let's just cut one because you basically can see how I do it. So I cut one off, and I'm using the 5/64" paper bead roller, and I am going to be ordering tools because I actually really like this. So I'm going to go ahead and order tools, and then as I try the different tools, I'll try them on camera so that way you can follow my journey. Okay, so just roll this up, and I'm not rolling it up tight. I want to be kind of loose, simply because I want this to coil out quite a bit. And I found yesterday that if I tighten up too much, it might not uncoil enough. So I am being somewhat light with it, light-handed. And like I said a little earlier, this one used this ring. So I'm going to stick that in there before it uncoils all the way. Grab my needle tool to coax it out, trying to keep it in there. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to coil it back up. I don't know why it's sticking. Maybe it's because I've got some glue in there that's not supposed to be there yet. Alright, let's stick it inside that ring. I think this is why I want one of those ring boards. Why this is stuck together, I don't know. Alright, so I'm going to undo it. That's what the problem is. There's glue on it. Let's try that again. See, I'm showing you my mistakes. Like I said, I am still learning. Okay, let's make sure there is no glue on this. Feels good to me. So let's roll this up again. Take the glue off my paper bead roller. Okay. I tried using just the needle tool and I find that too difficult. So, because I am just a beginner. Alright, so let's roll this back up. Working ever so lightly. Trying to anyway. Alright, keep rolling. Alright, so I'm going to take it off my bead roller, put it back in the ring. Oh, come on. You've got to be kidding me. Seriously? There's not supposed to be any glue in it. Well, let's try this. Figure out why. It was working fine until now. Alright, so let's try this again. I'm starting rolling on the other end. Boy, I was doing better yesterday, wasn't I? Okay, now I'm going to take it off. Lay it down in my coiler. There we go. Now it's behaving the way I want it. Okay. Just let it spread out. I actually do want it to be the size of this ring inside. Okay, and I'm going to pick it up. This is the way I did it earlier. And I'm going to go ahead and cut off this little end here because it's got strings on it. There, that cleans it up. Okay, then I'm going to put my glue on it. And I already got my glue prepared. Okay. I actually bought this from Amazon, so they didn't compensate me for showing you guys this. Alright, Xuron, that is. The Xuron company. That's who made that. Okay, so I have my teardrop. And so now I have 3 of them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and finish making the teardrops, and then I will assemble it. Okay, before I get too far into this, if you notice here, my coils haven't been turned into teardrops yet. I wanted to let them dry a little bit before I turn them all into teardrops. So that way the teardrops can all be done in the same way, making sure that the end of my strip is, oh boy, it's kind of hard to see it, making sure that the end of the strip falls about here, which is about 1/8 of an inch away from my point, because those are going to be glued together and I want them hidden and I want them all to be the same direction. So I'm going to go ahead and try to make sure that that happens. So that's, there's the, just do that to all of them. And then I was thinking as I was making these, gee, I could just, if I wanted to make a bunch of snowflakes the same way, I could just go ahead and make a whole bunch of these teardrops, put them in a container. When the container is full, then just go ahead and make, assemble them into snowflakes. Sort of like an assembly line type of setup. So let's see how long this actually takes while I'm on the camera. Let's see. And if they're all done the same, it will look better too. And you can do these relatively quickly, it looks like. Alright, almost done. Turn that over. Make sure it's going in the same direction. Alright, so I'm going to lay them all down so they're all going in the same direction. Like that. That one's not perfect. I might do another one. In fact, I'm going to take that one out of there because that's not the same. So because I don't have 12 of them, I'm going to have to do another one. Double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have plenty. I've got my 12. So while I'm on the camera again, I'm just going to go ahead and start assembling. This ought to be fairly easy. Pull out my glue. Make sure they're all going in the same direction, and they are. So I'm going to go ahead and start gluing them together. Just like I did the other day. Or the other video. Now the one thing is, I realized that this cork is not really meant for this. It's not that smooth. So it's another reason why I'm going to go ahead and order a kit. The kit that I'm going to get has the a cork board with circles included in it, built right in, and has all sorts of different shapes. It's not going to be exactly cheap, but I'm pretty sure this is something I want to be doing. So I'm going to go ahead. It's about $40, but it comes with papers, it comes with tools, it comes with the board, it comes with all sorts of things. And as I use each part or each tool for the first time, I will go ahead and film myself using it. I will do an unboxing and I'll do reviews as I go along. Okay, I think I want a little bit more glue in there. And I'm going to put some of this glue on a piece of paper, just a little bit, and use my needle tool to really get into the areas that I think need it, like right there. Squeeze it together. You're going to want to hold it there for like 10 seconds. Okay, let's try the next one. right there. And I'm actually listening to my clock. I can hear it tick. Okay, and then I've got one more. I want to make sure it's going in the same direction, that way, and put glue on both sides. If you get too much, take a little bit off, wipe it on your hand, whatever, so that way you don't put too much on the paper, and hold it there. I think this might actually be big enough to be an ornament. Oh, this is probably why I want to use wax paper underneath. Okay, so now I'm going to start putting these in. Put a little glue there, and a little glue there. And see where it falls. There we go. Oops, I'm going in the wrong direction. Whoops. Clean that up. That's not looking like, I want it to look like this one. Okay, that looks good. Alright, let's do that again. Glue there. Hey, like I said, I'm going to show you my mistakes. Okay, let's make sure that this is going in the same direction. Turn that over. Same direction as the first one I placed. Okay, so this one is going this way. Alright, and make sure this one's also going in the same direction. This one is going on my Christmas tree. I might make more. Okay, pay attention. Turn it over. And one more. What I'm paying attention to make sure that it's going in the same direction is this little part of the paper here, making sure that they're going in the same direction. Okay, so that looks like it's going to be big enough for a Christmas tree. Got a snowflake. I love it. Snowflakes are one of my favorite shapes out there. Let's check the length. 3 inches long. I think that's a perfect ornament size. I mean, look at that compared to the little teeny tiny earring I made. And the earrings, well, I might do those again. Try to coil up on the inside coil a little bit. But I love it. I think it looks great. In fact, I could probably go ahead and, put a little bit of glue on the inside to close up the circle in it, and then leave the rest of it until the very end, and still let it uncoil. And that way you have a little tiny circle in the bottom of it. I'll give that a try next. But for now, this is my Christmas ornament. I'm going to put just a regular old hanger on it. And I don't know if people normally glaze these or not. I'm thinking not. So for the most part, all I have to do with this is let it dry and put an ornament hanger on it, and we got a Christmas ornament. So that's it. That's what I wanted to show you today, is how to make them a little bit bigger and what I figured I could do. And so I'm going to recap. Basically, use the whole length here, and I used a bigger ring to make my coils. And this ring happens to be, let's see, how big of a diameter on the inside if you want to make your own. Let's see, that was about 5/8 of an inch in diameter on the inside, so that's what you want. If you have a board and you want to make the same thing I did, it's 5/8 inch on the inside. And these strips, what I actually did is I actually went ahead to eliminate that little snaggy thingy, that little thingy. I just cut it like this, and it was faster. So I'm going to go ahead tonight. I'm going to make a whole bunch of these little coils. I'm going to make 2 or 3 or more snowflakes so I can put them on my own Christmas tree this year. Okay, thank you for watching, and if you have any requests, suggestions on my learning, let me know in the comments. I think tomorrow or the next video, I am going to attempt, maybe I will do, see, I'm not crazy about this one, so I'm never going to do this. It's basically this sort of in reverse. So I'm done putting this one on camera. I'm going to try this one next on camera, which teaches me hearts and eyes. They call this one eyes, and this one here hearts, and then we've got the teardrops. So I think learning in this step-by-step manner, learning 1 or 2 shapes at a time. You know, we learned the coil and we learned the teardrop here. Tomorrow, next time, I'm going to be learning the heart and the eyes, and then I'll put it together in this. In fact, now that I know that I want long strips, I'm not going to follow their instructions. They used 4-inch. I'm going to go ahead and use the 8. Basically, all of the strands or all of the strips are to be the same length. So that's what that tells me. So that way you can adjust your size. I mean, look at this difference. That's amazing. From like 1 1/8 inches all the way up to 3. So yeah, that's what I learned on this, is adjust the length of your strips and your little circles to adjust your sizes. So that's it. Thank you, and watch for my next video. Thank you and have a great day. Goodbye. Sorry for the shake. Okay, so after taping this video and saying goodbye, I realized, you know, I've got a little bit more to add. I made 3 more snowflakes last night, similar to this one, but you notice how the center is open. I wanted to see if I could do a better job than this. So I did manage to do that, and this is what I came up with. It is closed now. And so the way I did that is I went ahead and, you know, made all my teardrops, and I put 2 of them together just like that, and then I added a 3rd one, and for some reason I got that mixed up. They're not going in the same direction, so I'm going to flip this one over so it's going in the same direction as that one. Then you put the glue on, take off the excess, set it down, and you're going to want to hold it to like 10 seconds or so. And then what you're going to do is you're going to do another one just like this. And then when both halves are dry, then you glue the halves together in the center. So let me do another one. Make sure the curls are going in the same direction. So go ahead and put that one together. Hold on to it for about 10 seconds, so that way it'll hold. And that one's trying to come apart also. Okay, then get this one ready. And put this one on there. And what you're going to do is you're going to let these two dry. And while these are drying, you can go ahead and make more of the swirls or the teardrops for the rest of the ornament. So that way you can do them in progressive stages. And I already have made a bunch, but I can't put them on until these two pieces are dry and put together. And I haven't done that step yet because I only wanted to make one more ornament, so I'll have 5 of them. And all of these are going on my tree this year. I'm not giving these away. These are mine. In fact, I got one ready to hang on the tree. I put one of my oval jump rings on it and put a paper clip on it because right now I don't have any ornament hangers. And that's basically what I'm going to put on my Christmas tree this year, along with other ornaments that I've had for years. But anyway, I also last night made another earring. Actually, it's another little one like this, but I did the idea of closing up the rings first off, and it worked okay. It created a different look, and I still have yet to make another one of those. But that, you know, basically as soon as I turned it and the paper touched each other, I put glue on it and then continued to roll. And that should be enough for me to leave it alone. And I'll come back when that's dry enough to put together. Okay, so I've given my little 3 things enough time to dry, and in that time I was actually making tiny ones for use in making another snowflake like that. So we'll put that aside. I've got 12 of those made. I'm going to set them aside and I'll play with them later. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to loosen them up off my board. Yeah, it's stuck. Well, that's good. Okay, let's grab that and try to loosen it. There we go. And then turn this little baby around so they kiss each other. See? That. Yeah, kiss. Okay. I'm being silly. I know. But this is fun. So I'm going to go ahead and put the glue on from here all the way to here. And got too much, so just going to smooth it down and take some off with my fingers because I'm not afraid to get my fingers dirty. Alright, and then we're going to push these two together, and we're going to again hold it for a count of 10 or 20 or 30 or whatever you want until it holds. And then again you're going to have to let this sit to dry before you go on to the next step, or at least that's what I discovered I had to do. So, and hold this until it holds itself and then leave it alone. Okay. And well, a few more seconds. A few more. Okay, meanwhile, while I let that sit, I could assemble these tiny ones also, done in the same way. They are so tiny, so cute. Okay. Alright, I know, I'm silly. And you know what? This time I don't care what direction they're going in. I just want to get these done. So get a little glue, put 2 of them together. Wow, these are tiny. Alright. So yeah, I think on Tuesday, let's see, Tuesday, October 30th, I'm going to place my order for my tools. So today is October 26th. It's Friday, the 26th. So I'm waiting until Tuesday to order my tools. Okay, so there's that one. And this is 2 of them of the next 3 if you know what I mean. Take a little bit of the glue off. If they go in different directions, I don't care at this point. All right, a little bit more glue. I lost it. You really don't need much. Hold this one for about 10 seconds. And then once you're done holding this one, you can go back to the first one and do the other three. You know, add the third. While that one dries, you go ahead, put some glue on it, take the excess off, and add your third teardrop. And let it sit. See, that looks like winky, wiggly, or cross-eyed, or crooked eyes. It's kind of cute. Okay. Now I'm going to add the third one to here. So I'm using regular old Elmer's glue. I'm thinking maybe Aleene's tacky glue might set a little faster. But I don't have any, so I can't test that idea. But I have I've been watching videos on how to do this, and one lady does use Aleene's tacky glue. And I understand why. I know it's thicker. I used to have some. But I ran out. And I bought a gallon of Elmer's, so yeah. But this uses so little glue per application. I might go ahead and buy a small bottle of Aleene's just for quilling. We'll see. Okay, let that sit a while. And I'm going to let this sit for about 15 or 20 minutes before I continue. And basically you assemble it the same way you assembled these. You just put these on. And you saw me do that, so I'm not going to continue. Basically what I wanted to show you is put these together in threes and then put the halves together. And that's that. And excuse me, I just had lunch. Okay. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Goodbye.